Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with BB, and today for 10 Minutes Max, we're going to be talking about February, or perhaps what we should really be calling it, Ethuary. I'm pretty excited for the next couple months for Ethereum, and I think the chart is really at an inflection point. So, without any question, we are within a bullish compression right here. As you can see, we're basically in this falling compression here. 1, 2, 3, 4, now 5 taps on this little diagonal trend line right here. Um, really nice range low holding demand from the range low deviation. And I really think it's getting to be, kind of about that time, right? We were talking recently, this was in my last 40-minute max video, about how ETH likes to do this kind of ultra scary, 3 drive into the low, right? And they'll often save it when it looks completely unsavable, right? When the chart looked like this wasn't exactly the most encouraging looking chart. It looked like we were about to waterfall, and probably come back and fill in a lot of these inefficiencies, right? But no, they like to save it, right? And there's, other countless examples. I don't want to make the video too long, but just a quick recap for those that missed the last one. I mean, look at this one as well, right? This one looked even uglier. I remember this one quite well. I mean, was this the most, bullish looking chart at the time? No, it wasn't. But you get to this level on the chart where you kind of have to hold. And it's really your kind of de facto make it or break it level. And that is exactly what we were doing right over here. So range low, range high. I said in my video, I was like, look, this needs to be that kind of ultra scary 3 drive into the low pattern for ETH where, look, I'll even rewind the chart here. When it was sitting right here, this is where the Bears could have capitalized, right? This is where the Bears had their opportunity to, really flush us down, because I mentioned this in my last video. There's nothing here. There is nothing but air below us here. So the Bears had, 1, 2, 3 attempts at it. They failed. We're holding. They saved it right where they needed to. Late shorters are getting punished right now. So we're still not quite out of the woods yet, but I would argue that there's a pretty good chance that this is going to be our kind of 3 drive into the low pattern. Okay. Now, zooming out a little bit here, I think this next push up is going to be the one. I think it's going to be the one that breaks the Cheeto in the door. This is our big level on the ETH chart here, okay? So this is not last cycle to bear market to new cycle. This is one giant reaccumulation here for ETH. At least that's how I'm viewing it. I view this, I mean, we could even just drag it down here. Like, I view this as range high, range low. All right, range high, range low with a couple deviations. When you break out of a 4-year almost range, you don't get a tiny little move, right? I'm expecting prices to be, I mean, well up in here, like tremendous price discovery, okay? And I think that ETH has been lagging so much, and sentiment is at such a low point. I mean, you have people completely giving up on ETH, guys that have built their entire business around it, their online identities. I mean, they're like ETH fanboys, the ENS guys, losing their .ENSs. It's getting bad out there, right? But I think that the ETH trade is about to be vindicated, right? And we typically know that December and January have the highest 6-month ROI for ETH. Meaning if you buy spot ETH in December or January, you hold for 6 months, that's historically going to be the best time to buy ETH. So we're into that sweet spot, okay? Now let's talk about ETH BTC. And we can do this live here. So looking at ETH BTC, I mean, it's been pretty brutal, like down only for a while here. But I think we're coming into, kind of a good spot here. So let's do this. Here's your range high, range low. So bear market low of last cycle, and then bull market high. And for those that are new here, what's this pair? This is just ETH divided by Bitcoin. So when the chart's going down, that means that Bitcoin's outperforming ETH. When it's going up, that means ETH's outperforming Bitcoin. And it also typically means that you're in alt season, because ETH is the king of alts. It's the biggest alt, biggest ecosystem. It's the best, right? So if we look at this here, and let's throw on our golden pocket, all right? So 0.618, and we'll kind of make it a range, right? We'll do 0.65. I like to kind of make it a little range, and we'll make both of these blue, I guess. Why not, right? So range high, range low, mid-range, and then, or here, I'll put the levels on so you guys can see it. Levels, in the center, let's put them on the right, and let's make them a little bit, well, it's almost too big. All right, I'll get rid of the 0.65 so you guys can see it. Now let's take this all the way over here, and what will you notice? ETH has come back beautifully to our golden pocket. All right, so typically when you're getting like a bullish retrace, even if it's a scary one, you'll go from range low to range high, and then you'll throw on your 0.618 fib for a retracement. And our 0.618 is typically going to be a sweet spot. Now, I like to kind of put it as a range. That's why I had like the 0.65 on there. We could probably extend it to like 0.786 or something like that. There's a few different, I don't like that. We're just going to leave the 0.618. It's this general region. And what I also find interesting about this region right here is that this point on the chart for ETH BTC was also the point of origin of last cycle's bull market. So you see, if we zoom in over here, we were chopping. We were in an uptrend, but we didn't start going parabolic for ETH against Bitcoin basically until the end of March. So all of this was like our real meat of the move. So we've entirely retraced every bit of like real bull market from ETH BTC last cycle. Okay. And it's coming right at our logarithmic 1.618 for our retrace. Okay. Which I really, really like. Now let's go over here and we'll look at ETH USD. Not this one. ETH USD. So this is a chart I'd like to focus on as well moving forward. So this is, I'll get it set first. This is ETH cycles. Now, before we begin, ETH is lagging, right? But I'm going to show you another example of why it's probably okay, and we could catch up in a big way. So I took this measurement from the data the Bitcoin halving. All right, so this is on each fractal. So you've got the first cycle for ETH, the second cycle for ETH, and then our current cycle. And each one is, of course, by color. And I fractaled them so that each cycle, I took the fractal from when the Bitcoin halving occurred during that ETH cycle, all the way through the cycle top. And I drag and dropped it, right over the current price action. So you can see that for a while here, from the date of the Bitcoin halving, ETH was basically tracking its 2016, 2017 cycle. But now we're in this region where we've completely diverged from the previous cycle. So we were on track, and now we're lagging. But there's also something similar to note here, is if you look at last cycle, 2 cycles ago compared to 2021, you kind of get this mean reversion effect where, like, look at the blue cycle here. Let me hide our current price action. So look at 2016, 2017. We were way below, what we ended up doing in the following cycle. But then, things kind of evened out, and then 2016, 2017 went, over, while 2020 and 2021 was under. So they kind of flip-flopped, right? So this one is over and this one's under. And then this one becomes over and this one becomes under, right? So you get this kind of mean reversion effect. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, like, Max, that's a huge catch-up trade, man. Like, that is huge. Like, we're not about to just go vertical. Well, let me show you actually a time recently where we did just, in fact, go vertical. So this is others. So this is everything in crypto outside of the top 10 by market cap. All right, so let me just do a little bit of rewinding here. Oh, it's not available for the current symbol. Okay, weird. I didn't know that. Well, anyways, you can see right here that we were lagging severely. And I can remove these dots for now just to make it a little easier to see. I don't like when it gets so cluttered, But I remember watching this with my team, and I was like, guys, this is about to go vertical. Like we were lagging the previous two cycles. This is the green one is where we were currently at, right? And then we basically just went straight up in a straight line. And the unfortunate part was ETH didn't join, right? So I'm just saying, like, we can be lagging severely and then things can come back in a pretty aggressive fashion. Okay. So we came back, went vertical, tagged that. Now we pulled back again. I have a feeling, we're just kind of coiling before the next move up. But this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. We were lagging and then we caught back up. So, going back to now ETH, looking at that again, it looks somewhat familiar. It actually looks very, very, very familiar, where you're perfectly tracking and then you diverge, kind of go sideways, and then you just go crazy for a catch-up trade. So all I'm saying is, like, we have the seasonality, which is perfect. We have a local setup, which is coiled for a big move right now, heading into what is typically one of the more bullish, if not the most bullish couple of months for ETH, being February, March, and then I guess we can include April and a little bit of May. ETH has been lagging every other altcoin. It's becoming almost a meme. People are trolling it, ditching it. Like, sentiment really can't get much worse. And it kind of reminds me of the sentiment with XRP not too recently. So, or not too long ago. So I really think that ETH is going to surprise a lot of people. Do I think we're going to just beeline it straight up to catch up with the previous two cycles? No, not necessarily. But, like, imagine this. Imagine we start grinding up in February, March, kind of pull back, and then, somewhere during the cycle, we could maybe catch up, right? Or even if we don't catch up, right? It could just be like, it could just kind of follow suit like this. There's nothing wrong with that. I think we'd all be more than happy with that, right? Especially given what that would imply for a lot of our ETH beta and ETH meme coins. But anyways, guys, all right, 12-minute video, and then you got the outro, so not bad. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before you guys go, please consider liking the video and also subscribing if you found some value out of what we just did here today. And last but not least, guys, please consider checking out the links below. BB Terminal is an absolutely awesome product, guys. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's got all of the tools and data that you could ever need or want in order to succeed in these markets. And we custom built it here at BB. We spent about 9 months to about a year, actually, building this thing from scratch. And we are now in beta, so you can actually use it. It's heavily discounted right now. And if you buy the BB Terminal, you can also pay in crypto, guys. You check that out. You can pay in crypto. You're going to get access to our Telegram alerts channel also. But if you really want to take your trading to the next level, guys, check out one of our Discord packages. What you can expect there is 3 hours per day of private live voice calls with me and the entire BB team and community. We have active positions channels, TA channels, things that we don't talk about here on YouTube or on X, guys. There's nothing like it out there. And within the BB Discord, you're going to get free access to the BB Terminal included for free. There is not another community out there doing what we're doing, guys. So we continue to reinvest our time and our money into the community, and that's why people love it and they stay. So this market is too big to navigate alone. I encourage you to get out there, find your group. We certainly want to be that group for you. Maybe, it's not what you're looking for. Maybe it's exactly what you're looking for, but my trading has gotten exponentially better. My confidence in these markets has gotten exponentially better when I surrounded myself with the guys on the BB team and the BB community. A bunch of guys, like-minded individuals that take it seriously. So definitely consider checking out one of our Discord packages. But if not, join us with BB Terminal plus Telegram. Last but not least, guys, check out the BB Academy. If you like my charting here today and you want to learn all of our tips, tricks, secrets, everything like that, how we cumulatively as a team here at BB have navigated these markets from a technical and fundamental perspective for decades, check out the BB Academy, guys. I just dropped a free course, how to make your trading view charts look beautiful. Important first step. If you don't know how to look at the data and manipulate the data to be easier to understand, you're going to struggle. So check out that free course. But if you really want to take it to the next level and expedite your journey towards understanding these markets, check out the paid course, guys. There's nothing like it out there. I honestly can say with confidence, it's one of the best courses, if not the best trading courses for all levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced. It covers everything you need to know. So a lot of people out there, myself included, teaching TA for free and FA. But there's a difference between a paid product and a free product, and you guys will see that if you join the BB Academy. It's an absolutely awesome course. But yeah, join us somewhere, guys. Join us in the Discord. Check out BB Terminal. Check out BB Academy. You can pay in crypto now for our services, so major benefit. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.